Hello and welcome. This is Rajan, or Jagged, aka your Lord and Savior, the Cow. Today I'm going to be going over a few basic settings in Project Gorgon that I believe will improve a new player's first day, and potentially the remainder of their gaming career, should they choose to make this game a part of it. First, we're going to go into key commands. When you first start out, your second skill bar down here will be control 1 through 6. If you go to usability 7 through 12, you can change that. I set mine to 7 through equal. Same as any other MMO, it's just familiar to me and I hate modifier keys. Going out of the way with my pinky to hit an extra key just to qualify to hit another ability seems tedious to me. Moving on, we're going to go to mouse movement parameters. Top section here you can do with what you please, but coming down, I believe that there are a few options that should be enabled and disabled. Auto move to interact via right click is useful because it allows you to automatically move to collect items from the ground, such as foraging and mushrooms. It's useful for gathering seeds from flowers, cotton, things of that nature, and any other interactables such as, dead bodies, so that you can loot faster. Auto move to attack, as well as auto rotate to face opponent, I believe should be disabled, because nothing except you should be in control of moving your character when it comes to combat. Allowing these two systems to work for you will actually hinder you. It can get you killed, because if you misclick or do anything that you maybe didn't intend to do, they can get you killed. If you're trying to run away and you accidentally hit an ability, it's going to turn you around and you're going to be running the wrong way and you're going to get yourself killed. So those are the reasons I believe those should be off. Stepping slightly back to key commands, there is a select and a use key. Select next, I have mine set to Y, and I have the use key set to U, because I've set those two buttons on my mouse so that I can select and use corpses very quickly to loot. In the interface and windows, ghost chat pop-up, if you enable or disable your chat, this will determine how transparent it is when it shows up, and this will determine the amount of time that it remains on your screen if your chat is disabled, so that you can see other messages. We're going to touch on graphics. There's no reason not to have experimental optimizations turned on. It will, automatically implement anything that the developer adds or has added that could potentially increase your frames per second or your, simple smoothness. Your FPS counter, completely optional, will show up in the right-hand corner here. You have your basic quality settings. They enable and disable certain things, but then there are also advanced overrides. There are things such as shadow quality. I have that turned off simply because I'm currently playing on a dark screen. LOD bias is the distance at which the game stops using low quality cardboard cutouts to display enemies. I have that maxed out so that I see high quality textures as far as possible. Grass draw distance I have turned off. If you reduce this to nothing, grass will be completely transparent, meaning that it is easier to spot things such as flowers and cotton that you need to collect from the ground from a distance so that you know where you can plot a path. Terrain shadows I have turned off again. I'm running on a dark screen at the moment. Far clip plane is the distance at which the game will stop rendering anything. Terrain, rocks, sky, things of that nature. Anything. I've maxed it out. Field of view is completely optional. You can leave it at standard, which is around 60, which is, normal for most games. 90 is what a lot of first-person shooters play at, and it gives you a little more space behind your character so that you can see things coming up on your back, as well as, a little more panoramic view. Bloom there's not much that enables, or not much that utilizes this at the moment, so there's not much point messing with it. But one of the most important things I can recommend for a new player, especially as you head into the higher level zones, is color correction curves. You want to enable the override and disable the option. This will lighten up many dark areas of the map where it has tried to create the correct color for, say, shadows on terrains that it thinks it should be. In all actuality, all it does is put very ugly dark black spots on the ground in some places and make it very hard to see things from a distance if you need to locate an enemy. They don't stand out. It's very difficult to deal with. Vignetting is also an option where you should disable if you are having troubles with dark screens. It will lighten dark areas. And tilt shift, I kind of just have it on because I was testing it along with vignetting. This has been a brief overview of the options. There are more options and you can toy with them at your leisure. I've gone over the ones I think are important, and in the next episode I will be going over your first day in the game. I'll probably cut it down to about an hour of play, and I'm probably going to clip it to highlight what I feel are the important aspects that you should reach within your first hour. They're very simple, and there are enough people in the community who will help you reach your goals should you need the help. Feel free to ask us. We're a good community. Most of us.